Alright, the NBA playoffs are here at last. We got a lot of great matchups this season, so let's get right into the predictions. We got the Blazers taking on the Lakers. This is a 5-game series. It's going to be relatively quick for the Lakers. I absolutely love what I saw from Damian Lillard down the stretch. He carried this team. The guy was averaging over 40 points in the last 3 games. He was doing everything for this Blazer team. Carmelo was definitely helping out with the clutch shots he was hitting. He shows that he still got it. And CJ was doing his thing in that last game to get them into the playoffs. So I look at it, I like what I'm seeing from the Blazers, but let's be honest, this team does not play defense. They couldn't stop LeVert from doing whatever he wanted, and they couldn't stop Ja from doing whatever he wanted. They have nobody on this team that can stop LeBron and AD. This is going to be a 5-game series. The Lakers are just a better team. They've got the better players. They got the better stars. It's going to be relatively quick. 5 games. We got the Jazz taking on the Nuggets. And once again, I see this being a quick series. 5 games. Nuggets are going to take it. I like Utah. I like Donovan Mitchell. He's, in fact, my favorite young player to watch in the game right now. But I'm sorry, they just don't have the firepower that the Nuggets have. In fact, there's nobody on that Jazz team that can match up with Jokic. I love Rudy Gobert, but Jokic is going to dominate against Rudy Gobert. Plus, the Jazz in the regular season had struggles trying to take down this Nuggets team, so I honestly see the Nuggets taking them down quickly. I think it's going to be a quick 5 games. This Nuggets team, if it wasn't for the Lakers and Clippers, I believe this Nuggets team would be the favorites to get out of the West. They're a very good team. We've been talking about them for the last 3 years of how they've gotten consistently better and better throughout the seasons. And I just feel like this season, they're going to fight to try to get to the conference finals, but I don't know. They may come up short because of the Lakers and Clippers. But no question, they're going to beat the Utah Jazz in 5 games easy. We got the Mavericks taking on the Clippers, and this is my favorite Western Conference matchup for the first round. I love this matchup. I feel like it's going to be an exciting one because if you look at the Mavericks, they're a 7th seed, but they don't play like a 7th seed. They're one of the top scoring offenses in the NBA, and they're going up against one of the best, if not the best, defensive team in the league in terms of just defensive talent on the squad. You look at this Mavericks team, you're looking at what Luka brings, you're looking at what Porzingis brings. This Mavericks team is very talented, but they're also young. I feel like it's a bit too early for them right now. Meanwhile, you look at the Clippers, they've got playoff and championship experience. That championship experience comes from Kawhi Leonard, who just led the Raptors to their first NBA championship, and the playoff experience comes from Lou Williams, it comes from Paul George, it comes from all those guys, Pat Beverly, who's all been in these playoff series. We know what the Clippers can bring without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They showed us last year. You put these two in, man, this is going to be a tough series for the Mavericks. I just don't see them coming out of it. I think the Clippers got this in 6 games. They're going to use this to get in rhythm and prepare for the next round. It's going to be an exciting one. Luka and Porzingis are definitely going to compete, and they're going to make it interesting. But at the end of the day, the Clippers just got way too much playoff experience. They got way too much firepower, and they're just better defensively. So I'm going to take the Clippers in 6 games, and they're going to move on to the next round. Next, we've got the Thunder taking on the Rockets. And this is one of the most confusing and ironic series of all the playoffs this year. A lot of people did not expect OKC to get to the playoffs, but the greatness of Chris Paul and the talent on that OKC team showed. And this is why I feel like Chris Paul, at the end of the day, because he never won a championship, his career is going to be overlooked. But he's one of the greatest point guards to play this game. If you look at the teams he's played on, no matter what team he's played on, he's always been able to carry them to the playoffs. This Thunder team didn't have a chance. Most people thought this team was going to be in the lottery. But Chris Paul came here and helped this team get to the playoffs, and they have the same record as the Houston Rockets. And in fact, they've had games where they've beaten the Rockets. I feel like this series is going to go to 7. Especially because we don't know what's going to happen with Russell Westbrook. He has a quad injury, and he's certainly going to miss game 1. That's been said. But we don't know how long he can miss. If he misses 3 games, I think the Thunder can take this series in 7. If he misses 2 games, or he's already going to miss game 1. But if he misses 2 games at max and comes back game 3, I think the Rockets are going to take this in 7 games. Either way, it's going to be a close matchup because these two teams, man, they match up well. It's definitely going to be tough. Overall, I think I'm going to take the Houston Rockets to win this in 7. If Russ only misses 1 game, I think they can win this in 6. If he misses 2 or 3 games, I think they can win it in... Well, if he misses 2 games, they can win in 7. If he misses 3 games, I'm giving this to the Thunder. But I'm going to hold out faith and believe that James Harden can get the job done for his squad. So I'm going to take the Rockets in 7, and we'll see how this goes. It should be fun. Moving on to the Eastern Conference, we got the Magic taking on the Bucks, and this is a sweep. this is an easy 4-game sweep. In fact, they might not even have to play Giannis for all 4 games because this should be a sweep. And if I'm the Bucks, I'm going to do my very best to make sure this becomes a sweep, because you don't want to spend too long on an opponent you are superior than, especially for how the next round could potentially go. No question, there's not a single soul on the Magic that can actually stop Giannis, so this should be an easy series for the Bucks. But most importantly, they got to get this done quickly, and they got to be 100%, because this is the last year the path to the finals is going to be wide open. And Giannis is coming off of one of the most efficient seasons of all time. In fact, he's probably going to win his second MVP. They have to get to the finals. If they fall short of getting to the finals this year, then I don't know what they're going to do, man. Giannis might leave. I don't know how this is going to work out, because next year, KD and Kyrie are coming back for the Nets. And at that point, the path to the finals becomes a whole lot more difficult, because you got to deal with that Nets team. So if I'm the Bucks, I gotta do everything I can to get the job done and get to the finals here. So take down the Magic in 4 games and move on. I'm predicting a 4-game sweep. Next, we got the Nets taking on the Raptors, and I'm looking at this and I got the Raptors. I just don't know how I want to put this. You know what? I like the talent on this Nets team. I like the resilience they show. I like the grit. I like what LeVert was doing. We saw how he played against the Blazers. But then again, when you're looking at the Raptors, they're a much better defensive team. You know what? I'm going to take the Raptors in 5. I was considering 6 games, but considering the fact that the Raptors are a much better defensive team than the Blazers, I think the Raptors can get this done in 5. Plus, they have championship experience now, so they know what they're doing in the playoffs. Besides the championship experience, they've always had playoff experience. The only person they were really losing to was LeBron. Other than that, they didn't really lose playoff series. They were really good in the playoffs. It's just that LeBron was beating them beforehand. Then Kawhi came, they won that championship. So they got playoff experience, they got championship experience. And the Nets, they do not have that at the time. They will have that next year when KD and Kyrie come back. But right now, no, they don't have that for this season. So it's going to be a 5-game series. The Raptors are going to win in 5. They're going to move on to the next round. Next up, we got the Sixers taking on the Celtics. And I'm going to be honest here. Originally, I was picking the Celtics in 6 games. But since Ben Simmons is not playing, I'm taking the Celtics in 5 games. I'm sorry. I just do not believe Joel Embiid is going to be able to carry this team past the Celtics. The Celtics with Kemba and Jason Tatum and Brown and Hayward. They're not beating the Celtics squad. They're not beating the Celtics squad. I'm sorry, Sixers fans, you're not getting past the Celtics, at least in my mind. If the Celtics lose this series, I would be confused, but looking at the way the Sixers are now, especially without Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid's not enough to take him past the Celtics. So this is going to be going to be a 5-game series for the Celtics. They're going to move forward. That's all I got for that. And last but not least, we got my Miami Heat taking on the Indiana Pacers. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. This Miami Heat squad is talented. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. They are talented, they are gritty, they are resilient. They can go up against any team in the Eastern Conference in a 7-game series and come out victorious. I believe they can beat the Raptors, I believe they can beat the Celtics, I believe they can beat the Sixers, and I even believe they can beat the Bucks. So I'm not 100% confident on the Bucks, specifically because of Giannis. But if we do get to match up with the Bucks in the second round, which they will be our second round matchup, if we do get to the second round, we do have a strategy we can use. Thank you, Kawhi Leonard. Thank you, Toronto Raptors. We will be using that strategy in the second round. But we'll wait to talk about that if we do get to the second round. Let's talk about this matchup against the Pacers. Yeah, this should be a 5-game series. I'm going to be honest. We've had the Pacers numbered this season. First of all, Victor Oladipo is not in star form. He's still working his way back through that injury, and he's not exactly where he was last year. So it's going to take time for that, and he's not going to be able to get into star form in this series, so that's definitely a huge blow. Secondly, Sabonis is not playing in the series. That is a major blow for the Pacers, so I don't know what they do. Thirdly, TJ Warren, he's been great in the bubble, but even throughout the season before the shutdown and in the bubble, he struggled against the Heat. In fact, in the last game he played against us, he had his worst game in the bubble. We've got his number. We know how to handle him. It shouldn't be a problem. This Miami Heat team's got a lot of talent and a lot of ballers, man. From Jimmy Butler, to Dragic, to Bam, to Nunn, to Robinson, to Hero, to Crowder. We got so many, to even Iggy. We got so much talent on this squad. We are going to be ready. 5-game series against the Pacers. Let's get it done. I would hope for a sweep, but I'm not going to disrespect the Pacers like that because they compete every single season. They get to the playoffs and they compete. It's just that they're one of the most unluckiest franchises in the NBA right now. They always get to the playoffs, but at some point they either lose a player or some unfortunate incident happens to one of their players. It just happens. But yeah, 5-game series against the Pacers, and then we'll move on to that monster in Milwaukee. That's all the predictions I have for the first round. Let's see how they go, and if I'm right, it'll be awesome. If I'm not, we'll talk about it when we get to the second round predictions. That's all I got, and I'm out of here. Peace!